What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Two Bet Daily. April 20th, and Magic is celebrating 2023. Hope everyone's having a good day. Before we kick it off, a little golf clap for Mr. Holtzman here. Excellent call on the Panthers last night there. Got a big plus number home on the ice, so you got to love seeing that. It wasn't the best bet, but you definitely touted that thing pretty heavily during the show. So way to go there. Now we got to slip over to Papa Dude. Because yesterday at the end of the show, Papa Dude wanted to talk Kings Warriors. I said we'll start the show with it today. So Papa Dude, take it away. Talk Kings Warriors.
Well, I wanted to brag on the Kings is what I wanted to do. I have been extremely impressed with the Kings because I think the Warriors have played pretty well, and they have repelled them. You know, they beat them. So I really like the way they're playing. And I can't get on the Warriors bandwagon tonight. I think the Warriors have finally reached the end, maybe. They're old.
Ooh.
They're old.
So what does this series go back to Sacramento, Papa Dude?
3-1.
3-1? So you're saying they split there in Golden State?
Do what?
So you're saying they're going to split in Golden State?
Yeah, I think the Warriors might win this one tonight. I just don't know whether the Warriors are good enough. I don't. I mean, I think you're going to get their best shot.
Interesting to see how this game has been bet. So it opened right around 6, floated up to 7.5 to 8.5 at one point, got all the way back down to 5.5 for the Warriors. Now we're sitting at 6, total sitting at 240. That's been bet up from 238 as well. So over money, I'm sorry, on the total. The side's been just bouncing around like crazy here. No Draymond tonight. Sabonis is questionable. What do you do with the side or the total, or is this just one you watch and enjoy?
You just watch and enjoy it. I think if you like the Warriors, laying 6 points is kind of crazy after how they've looked and who they're missing tonight. But at the same time, you do think this is huge. This is like a last stand type of thing for them. They can't fall down 3-0. So it's a really big game. I can't get a read on the series. I wouldn't be shocked if the Warriors cover. I wouldn't be shocked if Sacramento won. So I'm staying away from it. The total even is so high that it's hard to bet this game as well. Yeah. There's going to be a ton of points in the game, but 240? I don't know. So I'm staying away from this one completely.
Yeah, the lack of Draymond should affect Golden State's defense more than their offense. So you would think this is going to end up being a higher scoring game. Gary Payton probably going to try and check De'Aaron Fox. No one's been able to so far. He's been phenomenal in this series. Be interesting to see what happens when the Kings get punched in the mouth in this game, Magic. Because at some point, the Warriors are going to make a run. And how the Kings respond to that run is probably going to define who covers that 6.
Yeah, and if they get on that run, you would assume that it's going to be at home and it's going to be Steph Curry from beyond. Like, it's going to be the classic thing that we've seen for at least a decade now from Golden State. I'm with you guys on the side. I would either just not play it or I would take Kings +6. It seems like the Warriors laying 6 here at home it's just a little too much without Draymond Green right now.
One more thing, though. If Sabonis doesn't play, that's a whole different issue. You know, I'm assuming he's going to play. He's pretty daggum important to the Kings.
I would think he plays as well. I'd be surprised if he ends up out for this game. I wanted to ask you, Papa Dude, about the Draymond Green Sabonis thing that has been bubbling to the surface here in these first 2 games. We saw at the end of game 1, they're basically wrestling under the basket because they're not sure who is more valuable to have Sabonis on defense or Draymond Green on offense for that last play. You had a foul called in game 2 where Draymond clearly kind of backed his ass into Sabonis and knocked him over at underneath the basket as well. Then you have Sabonis who definitely grabbed his foot. You cannot say that.
No, I agree.
Wrong there. And then Draymond obviously decides to resuscitate his heart when it didn't really need it with his foot. What do you make of all that, dude?
Draymond Green is an asshole. I mean, come on. He is an asshole.
Yeah. And
he's a jerk. He's been a jerk for 10 years. He's gotten away with crap for 10 years. And frankly, I think, now, even though publicly they have the other players have come out for him, I think they're sick of it. Because the other night, if you'll notice, while he was acting like a total idiot with the fans of Sacramento, Did you see anybody around him? Did you see any Warrior coaches trying to settle him down? Did you see any players over there around him? No. And I think they're sick of it. And I'm sick of it. I've never liked him. And it kind of made me root against the Warriors at times over the years. And I'm a huge Curry fan, and I've rooted for the Warriors at times. It kind of depends on who they're playing. But I can't root for him. And I just think he's done. I think he's almost done. I don't know how valuable he is. I don't. I mean, I agree. Sabonis, what the guy did to Draymond was not good, But why do you stomp him? With your reputation,
To have that extra oomph didn't make a ton of sense. I think you make a great point as well. No players, no coaches try and calm him down. They're just like, screw this. He's going to do what he's going to do. There's no point getting in the way of it. I think Devin hit the nail on the head here. Great series to watch. Not such a great series to bet.
Right.
Interesting to see how this one plays out tonight in Game 3. I have the Warriors to win the series. I don't love that right now, but I do think so. Papa Dude said it's going back 3-1 to Sacramento. Magic or Aaron, raise your hand if you agree with Papa Dude.
Well, thanks, boys.
Well,
I think this thing's going back 2-2, right, Aaron?
if they win tonight, I think it's going back 2-2.
If not, they're not going back. Are you going to call the King sweep right here?
I think
calling a sweep.
I think we're going to know what the Warriors are tonight, because this is the game. You got to bounce back, right? I mean, this is it. You're the champions. Your backs are against the wall. You got a veteran squad, like Papa Dude said. If they don't win tonight, if they don't show up and really, play a big game tonight, I think they're dead, right? But if they do win, then you might get that Game 4. You get that doubt back into kind of that younger team, and you can make this thing 2-2. Also, we've seen it. They're really good at home. They've been really good at home for years, right? So this is it tonight. I think it goes back 2-2, but it's not that I hate Papa Dude's opinion. I don't know what's going to happen. I've been saying that. This game or this series is kind of like the Pegasus World Cup was this year, where you could throw any horse at me and I couldn't tell you no. It's like, yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I could see 3-1. But I think if you made me pick, I'd go it's going to be 2-2.
Let me throw this out at you. How many of you thought it would be 2-0 going back to Golden State?
Fair.
I thought it was going to be 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
So, we will see the beauties of playoff basketball. Nice to have a first-round series we care about. Another first-round series in the NBA. The Suns laying 3, taking on the Clippers at home here. Total sitting at 226.5, 227, depending on where you're playing it. I like the under in this spot. I think this is a good spot where the Clippers have been an under team consistently at home all season. This is one of those games where it's going to get tight. The series is very close. We're headed back 1-1. I would lean toward the Clippers plus the points as well here. But to me, the under is the play in this spot. I think we're going to see a pretty good defensive battle here. Magic, you're there in Los Angeles. How's the vibe for this Clippers team?
The same as it always is in LA. They just want to know when the next Lakers game is going to be. Here's the thing. I agree with you. I think the Clippers are going to actually win tonight. And you saw in Game 2 a lot of attention the Suns paid on Kawhi Leonard, extra attention, and you would expect that to happen again tonight. Eric Gordon's the key to this game, I think, for the Clippers. He was 7 for 16 beyond the arc in the first 2 games. Almost 50%. I think that with all the attention they'll keep putting onto Kawhi Leonard, there's a lot of chances for Kawhi to drive, dish it back out. Gordon should be wide open with all the doubling of Kawhi Leonard. I think Eric Gordon, if he can keep that almost 50% rate going from the arc, I think he's the key to why they win tonight.
Papa Dude?
Good points. Very good points. When's the last time the Clippers won a game they're supposed to?
Well, they're not supposed to, technically.
They don't. Do what?
They're not supposed to, technically. They're dogs.
Oh, yeah, but everybody's picking them is what I'm saying. Until they win the game like this, I'm going Suns. I've never liked the Clippers. And Magic, how much do you think it is that they feel like they're the little sister to the Lakers? I mean, would it help the Clippers if they got their own building, you think?
No. Not really. It's just the mentality in the city. Like, it's just, it's Lakers, it's USC, it's Dodgers. Like, you can't really, like, the Rams won the Super Bowl, and 6 months later, everybody just kind of went, okay, USC.
Yeah. So they're just kind of like the Nets, maybe, in New York.
Yeah.
I guess.
The Nets could win, and they'd never. The White Sox in Chicago, they'll never be the favorite baseball team.
Yeah, it's just one of those
There's
things.
certain cities where you're clearly second, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I just think the Suns are a little bit better. I think the more games they play together, the better they're going to be. They've not been that impressive. I think this is a pivotal game tonight. I think the Clippers have to win. And if they do, then the Suns are in a little bit of trouble. So this is a huge, huge game tonight. I'll take the Suns, but I think I stay away from this one too. I just don't know how this is going to go.
Aaron?
Give me the Clippers. I think they played better for 6 out of the 8 quarters of the series so far. And so that's why I'll go Clippers. And now the caveat being, I get what you guys are saying. I think you're right about a lot of what you're saying, but they kind of just seem like a little bit better of a team so far. I don't think they're going to win the series. I think this is another one. It's going to go back 2-2 to Phoenix, but give me the Clippers tonight. I think they'll get it done. I've got a little bit of confidence in them, more confidence than betting that first game we talked about.
Continuity always interesting. The Kings had 5 players who played the most minutes in the NBA together. You saw that continuity in Game 1 and Game 2 when taking on Golden State. The Suns team, very little continuity. Only 8 games with Kevin Durant in that lineup. And those 8 games in the regular season, they won by an average of 10 points, but played 0 playoff teams who actually started everybody. They played Denver twice, but Jokic didn't play either time. So very different juxtaposition there between the Kings and the Suns and how much time they've been able to play together heading into the playoffs. Let's head over to a team that I ranted about yesterday. The Lightning going in to take on the Maple Leafs. The Leafs laying 170, total sitting at 6. They've got a better team. Probably a little bit of a disadvantage in goal. But, man, they laid a freaking egg in Game 1, Aaron. Is this going to be egg number 2 for Toronto?
I hate this series. I think they're going to bounce back and play a better game tonight. I'm going to go with the Leafs. The big worry with the Leafs for me, some of their problems I think they can get corrected. The biggest thing is that goaltending. It looks shoddy. It looked real shoddy, and not the good kind of shoddy. Like, not our shoddy, but like the bad kind of shoddy with the 2D bad. I'm not betting this game. I'm not touching it. I'll take the Leafs. We'll see what happens.
I didn't bet the game. If I was going to, I would bet the Leafs to win the series right now. Because to me, if they come back and win Game 2, they can get the monkey off the back. They can start hopefully playing better. You mentioned the goal issue. Samsonov needs to play a lot better in goal for them. He was consistent for them all year long. The key is going to be, can he step it back up? They've got the offense to compete here. It's defensively and goaltending. Can Toronto get what they got during the regular season that made them so good this series against the Lightning? I would expect the Maple Leafs play well. We saw this yesterday. Pretty much every team that was down 1-0, the only team that lost was the Islanders, and they went to overtime with the Canes and lost on an interesting goal there. So for me, every single team down 0-1 responded. I would expect the Leafs to respond here as well, Matt.
I just can't get over how bad Samsonov is. Like, and it's like it is. I think Mark brings up a great point. Like, Samsonov's new to Toronto this year, but there's a mentality there of like we cannot get out of the first round. We can't do anything right. I mean, they loaded up. They got Ryan O'Reilly. You thought that would be a big help for him this year. And Samsonov's a fantastic goalie in the regular season. He's got almost a 3-1 wins to loss record. But then he's 1-6 in the playoffs, and that was playing with the Capitals when you've got Ovechkin scoring, lights out in front of you every single time. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this thing? I'm very happy that the league actually for once did the right thing with the suspension, and they gave Bunting 3 games for that bullshit hit. But how does that affect either team? Because now that he's gone, you don't have Tampa Bay trying to go after him or trying to play with extra energy from that. Papa Dude, you're a coach. Does that kind of mentality ever affect the players?
I'm not a hockey coach. I don't know how that affects hockey. It's just, I guess it would. Are you saying maybe to take a little bit of the edge off the Lightning, maybe?
Yeah. They're satisfied that guy is gone and that the right thing was done, so they don't have that extra fire there.
I think the Lightning are such a veteran team; nothing really bothers them. They've been through it so much. How would you like to be in Toronto as a Maple Leaf player today? Wow, you talk about pressure coming to that rink tonight. you have got to win this game. You have to win this game. And it is mental. That's a huge part of it. But you're playing a pretty salty team that knows how to win. And it's just a real problem that they drew them again. The goalie's the key. I think we all know that, right? He's got to play well, and the guys in front of him have got to help him out tonight. So I think Toronto needs to play kind of a close checking type game tonight. I don't know whether they're built for that.
It's going to be interesting here. They got booed off the ice after the first period in Toronto. If the pressure wasn't high enough, getting booed off the ice after one period, Aaron, is not a good way to go. What do you think here with this series? Who ends up winning it?
Tampa.
Okay, a little Tampa love here. All right, let's go to the New York-New Jersey battle. We've got the Rangers heading in to take on the Devils. The Rangers rolled in game one, absolutely dominated the New Jersey early and never really took the foot off the gas. 135 favorite on the Devils here. Total sitting at 5.5. Magic, who do you like?
Rangers big.
Oh.
Shesterkin, fake out. Shesterkin he looked fantastic in that first game. You saw the Rangers offense was all ready to go. I wouldn't expect as much of an offense to come flying out, but the only goal he let out was a penalty shot from Jacques. Other than that, Shesterkin is just fantastic. Gotta roll with Shesterkin. When you get a hot goalie in the playoffs, you guys remember this with the Blues a few years ago, look out. That's the team that you just ride.
Kind of like the first period under here, if you think Shesterkin's going to play well, because I think the Devils are going to come out with their hair on fire. Kind of pun intended, I guess, in this spot where this is going to be one of their better first period efforts. I like the Devils' first period draw no bet, where you can get I think the Devils are minus 145 right now in that first period. Essentially, they have to win or tie the first period. Tie, get your money back, win whatever you bet. I think the Devils play well early. Not sure they can hold on late, but kind of like them early here, Aaron. What about you?
Oh, boy, another one. I think the Devils win this one tonight. I think they bounce back. I don't know what to think of this. The Rangers really dominated game one, but I think the Devils are better than that. They could have just been a situation where they had the experience and the Devils really don't, but now they're going to bounce back and play a lot better. That's what I'm hoping in this game for the Devils. I want this to go 6 or 7. It's a really good rivalry, and I think this could be a lot of fun, but they got to bounce back. They got to play a lot better, and that's what makes the hockey games hard tonight. All the favorites lost game one. Now it's a big bounce back night, and they're all favored again. So it's hard to take underdogs when it's really kind of must-win situations for a lot of these teams tonight. This is the one I'm really, other than Toronto, the one I'm really skeptical on as well, because the Rangers just might simply be better, and that's my worry. But I'll take the Devils tonight.
Yeah, the better goalie and more veteran-laden team, which generally helps you in the playoffs, where this Devils team much more of an upstart. I don't think anyone expected them to be the 2 seed here coming out of this bracket when we started the season out. Papa Dude, Aaron mentioned the bounce back factor, right? After these road teams win game one, your goal as a road team is just to go home 1-1.
Oh, yeah.
It's 2-0 is just gravy on top of it. Do you think that's one of the reasons we're not seeing the same effort from the road team in game two? Because they're happy with that, hey, at worst case, we're going back 1-1 here.
I think some of it, though, is like Dallas last night, where I was not surprised by them winning last night. I think these series are so close, and sometimes, all right, tonight, I'm taking Vegas tonight. I'm just thinking they didn't show up in that first game. I'm just going on the theory they just didn't show up. They didn't play well. They got thumped. So I'm going to take the Devils tonight also.
Yeah.
Because I just think they just didn't play well in that first game. And I think they're going to bounce back tonight. I think these two teams are really close in talent. So I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I might look at the under in this one. I just think the Devils are going to bounce back. It's just hard in hockey to go on the road and win 2 games. It's very difficult to do when the series is tight like this.
Papa Dude let it loose right there. He's going to take the Golden Knights in our last game in the rundown here. The Jets going in to take on Vegas. Golden Knights minus 165. Total sitting at 5.5. Magic, you agree with Papa Dude here?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I think the Golden Knights win this one. That 5-1 loss, they lost 5-1 at home. Like, that's just not something that these Golden Knights ever do in Las Vegas. Now the Jets have had time to spend a couple of days in town. They've been to the books. They've been playing the craps. They've been watching the show and betting the best bets that we've been giving out here. Jets, hey, thanks for watching, guys. You're going to lose tonight, so go play some money on the other team.
Yeah, Connor Hellebuck slid into the DMs last night, thanking us for the best bet winners there / not at all. Give me the Jets again tonight. I think they have a better goalie. I think these teams are about even. I'll take the Jets and the plus money. Aaron?
I think the Jets are better than the Golden Knights, to be completely honest. And I think the Golden Knights do bounce back and win tonight. I think it's a series of 6 or 7 games. I kind of agree with Somich's logic, though. I think Winnipeg wins this series. But again, you're backed up against the wall. It's an evenly matched type of series. Game 2 at home, you got to win it. I can't go against the Golden Knights tonight. I picked the Jets game 1. I think it goes back to Winnipeg 1-1. I think it comes back to Vegas 2-2, to be completely honest. I think it's a 6 or 7 game series. I like Winnipeg better. It's period. I think they're going to win it. But tonight, give me the Golden Knights.
Ashley, real quick, are you in Toronto? Because I love this guy. But in all honesty, nobody wants them to come home if they lose tonight. Love that comment there. The pressure is real up there. I don't think people in the U.S. understand how much pressure this Toronto team is under because they have just blown it in the first period. Yeah, so Ashley's in Toronto. I'm assuming you're a Leafs fan, yet we got the Leafs stink is the first comment from you today. So we'll see if they can bounce back. Huge spot for them today. We'll obviously talk about that one tomorrow. I might get angry at them again. I'm happy Edmonton at least didn't blow it again last night because that got weird, okay? That was 2-0. They were completely dominating, and they're like, meh, and just give up 2 goals real quick. And all of a sudden, we're tied going into the third. I do appreciate them at least being tied because then I could bet them to win at a better number. All right, let's talk about Keeneland, race number 7, race of the day. Interesting spot here. We had a late scratch of your morning line favorite, the 7-horse Good Governance, out 30 minutes after all the other scratches came out. Thanks, Scott Keeneland. Really appreciate that. Do it every day. Freaking pisses me off. Aaron, did you know that 7 was out?
No.
You're making the I didn't know this face.
I texted you guys like half an hour ago about that.
Good Governance scratch is late. So tough race, though. I thought there were a bunch of different directions you could go. I did think Good Governance had a solid shot at getting the job done here. We end up with, I think, what is it? We've got
the 2 or the 11's your favorite right now at 9-2.
11 horses that end up in the race here, and the 11, as Magic said, your favorite here, Royal Patronage for Grand Motion, Joel Rosario, coming out of back-to-back graded stakes after running in multiple graded stakes overseas. Aaron, where'd you go on top here?
I hate this race. I hate you for picking these races the last 2 days. 55 to 1 shot wins. Well, sort of. Let's not get into what happened yesterday in the 6th race, but today in the 7th. You get ready to perform. Who's getting some class relief finally? Maybe today's the day. Brad Cox is having such a good meet at Keeneland. Give me number 5, Ready to Perform. I mean, it's a wide open race. So I do think this is a horse that can stalk the pace, sit behind 3 or 4 speed horses, get first run. I thought that yesterday, and it was not the case. The horse ran terrible. We'll try it one more time. Give me number 5, Ready to Perform.
I'm going to go with a price here. So I was 7 on top, but with Good Governance out, I'm going to go with the 6-horse, Kitten Set. This is a horse where it only ran once on the turf. It was in a stakes race at Ellis Park. Ended up running a decent 4th there behind Gray's Fable and Mr. Dumbass. Tut's Revenge ran 3rd there. The last 2 races has faced West Willpower, Intrepid Heart, Farmington Road, Run Classic, Happy American. All of that was on dirt. If we can just run those races on dirt onto turf, I think 10 to 1 is a crazy price here. We talked about Paulo Lobo and how he gets horses ready specifically for this meet. Well, guess what? Here we are showing up on the turf. I'll take the 10 horse at 10, or the 6 horse, I'm sorry, at 10 to 1 here. Magic, where are you going?
Man, I'm mad because if there was ever a hunch play, it's 420. You want to play the horse named the Bong, and the 9 ends up scratching. Rusty Arnold ruining my day. Thanks a lot. No, I think there's a clear pace advantage with you've got Wesley Ward on the rail with a 12 to 1 shot. Johnny V is riding this horse. As Papa Dude likes to say, as Michael Ellison said in the chat, the horse has won 2 straight, including at Keeneland. Over this course and distance last fall. We haven't seen him since October. Doesn't matter. Wesley Ward's horses are absolutely firing right now. 20% winners for Velasquez and Ward, 53% in the money. 12 to 1, I think, was already maybe a pipe dream. Now the fact that we've got good governance out, I'm like, well, shit, maybe 5-1, 6-1. I think this horse has a clear pace advantage on paper with the rail drawn, with Velasquez. Give me the 1.
Oh, Magic taking the 1 to Blaze on 420 up front. We'll see
You
what
bet.
happens there. You see what I did there? Dr. Tang liking the 4 and the 1. I actually considered the 4, was it Mercurius Tiberius as well? I think is going to have an interesting trip, sit right behind the 1 horse, who is your speed. Papadou, where are you going?
Well, I got a question for you experts. The 2 horse, Una, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
First time on turf. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yep.
Last four races. Second, first, third on dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you run on turf? Any answer on that? Why and why would you do that? The horse has been running really well on dirt. That make any sense? I mean, am I
I have
crazy?
to look at the conditions. Sometimes you can switch from dirt to turf and run an N1X again.
Okay.
At this point, he's got to go back up to Stakes Company. He actually looks like a horse, Papadou. It's a good point. Like, he fit in the Ben Li on Saturday at Keeneland. Like, that's a mess of a race. And he looks like, with that track record and how well he did at Oaklawn, it looks like he would fit that race pretty well. So you're right. It is kind of odd.
That's odd. You know, and it's Calhoun. The guy knows what he's doing. He won a ton of races. That stunned me. All right. We had the rant yesterday about a race. It's impossible to pick. So here's what I did today. All right. I don't have a hat here. I have my Blues beanie, stock cap, whatever you want to call
You're
it.
drawn out of that.
I'm drawing it out of a hat today, ladies and gentlemen. I have 4 numbers in there. The 5, 7, the 1, and the 2. Okay.
one of
This
those
is
is
what I
track.
would do if I was at the track with my wife.
Okay.
Honey, give me a piece of paper. We're going to put 4 numbers in this, and we're going to draw this out because this is a shit race, and I have no idea who's going to win. Okay, here we go.
Can't wait for you to pick the 7.
And I absolutely hope it's the 2,
All right. Pull it out.
or the 1, or the 11, or the 5, because that's the 4 numbers that are in there.
Just
All
pull
right,
up the number. Let's see.
I am. And the lucky winner is number 11, Royal Patronage. Put it in the bank. That's your winner today.
There we go. Papadou with Royal Patronage. Wonderful job there breaking the race down, Papadou. I love it. All right, let's go to the best bets today. Kind of interesting how the best bets lined up here. We have a guy on the top here playing the same game. These 2 guys playing the same game. Just interesting how we decided to play it. I'll kick this off, and then I'll pitch it to you, Aaron. Give me the Avs first period plus 125 on a 3-way bet. The Avalanche are going to come out with their hair on fire in this game. They're going to play phenomenal early. If you watch that Kraken game with the Avs, the first goal was kind of fluky. Terrible turnover from Devin Taves. They will not do that type of stuff tonight. I think you're going to have a really motivated Avs team early, especially against a Kraken team. We saw Grubauer stand on his head. Make him do it again. I don't trust that the Kraken are going to be able to replicate what they did. And I think the Avs are going to play very well early. So I'll take Avs first period plus 125. Aaron, you're going to take the full game. Tell us about it.
I like that bet you made. And it's the same thing. Plus 125. You're just going to kind of zoom in on the first period there. And I think we both have the same idea. You think Colorado is going to come out flying, correct?
Yeah.
After a game that nobody really thought they were losing game 1. They lost it. Now they think they're going to come out flying. I like it. Good bet. I went minus goal and a half. I don't love laying a goal and a half in the playoffs, but in this situation, I don't mind it because I do think, just like Somich, they got to bounce back tonight. And I think they're a better team than Seattle. I think they got caught sleepwalking a little bit. They only got 1 goal, too. They didn't score in that first game, which was really surprising to me. I think they come back flying. So we're both taking them at plus 125 with our bets. Hopefully we get these home because, the bottom 2, who knows what's going to happen, Somich, with these 2. So we better get ours right.
Just absolutely wild, man. They're just pulling out of hats. We don't even know where Magic's coming up with some of his numbers. He's just making shit up as he goes. All right, Magic, we'll start with you because you played this one straight, and Papa did include it in a parlay. So tell us why you like the Yankees Angels under.
I can't figure out where they came up with 8.5. These teams are not scored against each other so far. The under in the last 9 games for the Angels when they're facing a left-hander. You got Sandoval and Cortez on the mound, both lefties. The unders cashed 7-1-1 in the last 9 games that the Angels have played, dating back to last season when they face a left-hander. 4-0 in their last 4 games on the road against left-handed pitchers. There's a big win that's going to be going from right to left today at Yankee Stadium. Again, that should benefit both left-handed pitchers. I couldn't really land on a line where I wanted to go with either team here. I thought they were both, it should be a low-scoring game, and so that's why I went with the under 8.5.
Papa, dude, you agree with that under. You're going to throw it in a parlay. Tell us about it.
I do. I agree with it a lot. He explained everything I was going to say. 2 really good pitchers going at each other. So I like that a lot. And back to the Colorado game tonight, I think Seattle is one of those teams that's probably satisfied they got that first win. And I think they're shocked that they're going to come home 1-1 down deep. I think they're shocked that they will. So I think that's another line to play on the Colorado thing tonight. Seattle's going to come out, and if Colorado can get a goal early, I think it'll snowball on the Kraken. Tonight, by the way, the Kraken goalie was unbelievable.
Yeah,
in that
about
game.
played out of his mind. He's not that good.
I don't think so.
No.
Sorry.
We'll never. Anyway, and then we've already talked about the Vegas game. I think that the Knights were just sleepwalking. They weren't ready. I think they come out tonight and win. We're getting plus 184. So I'm going to go that parlay and hope I can get another one home. We got that one home last night, so let's hope we can get this one too.
Yeah, excellent start to the week for Team Halterman, getting both parlays home. Unfortunately, Dallas got a freaking shorty in the first period, which cost us the double under parlay. We'll see if we can get it back tonight. All right, let's go over the best bets. Aaron taking the Avs, laying the goal and a half, plus 125. I'll take the Avs first period on a 3-way line, so they have to win the first period, plus 125. Papa Dude, Angels, Yankees, under 8.5, and the Vegas Golden Knights, plus 184 for a little parlay action. And Magic taking the Angels and the Yankees under that 8.5 as well. 1 and 2 for the week, up $126, up $490 for the year. Thank you very much for joining us here on Dudes Who Bet Daily. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Got a stacked roster today. You've got Dudes Who Bet Sports. You've got Magic Mike Show. You've got Blinkers Off. So make sure you just stay right here and make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel, you go ahead and subscribe so you know anytime we're going live here. Thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck with all of your bets today.